Okay, next treatment, hyperthermia. Now I know this is a scary one. There is a lot of fear, and I notice more and more, the more I talk to different people, the more I notice I always pick very uncomfortable stones. Hyperthermia has many different scary factors. First of all, we're trained to see fever as a disease. So it's scary. Why would you do a disease to heal? And well, pretty simple, because it's not a disease, it's a healing reaction of your body. If you have an infection and your body cannot deal with the infection locally, it sets the whole house on fire, and that has several effects. Number one, in your bone marrow, even with the light fever, you produce millions of white blood cells. They are produced in the bone marrow and flushed out into the bloodstream. So a light increase of that bone marrow temperature into a light fever will produce those white blood cells and throw them out, which means all of a sudden you don't have 1,000 soldiers to defend and do all the jobs. Think about your army of defense. Your white blood cells have to deal with your arthritis, they have to deal with your inflammation, they have to deal with your leaky gut, they have to clean up the blood after every meal you eat, they have to repair your eyes, they have to get rid of the toxins in your system, they have to repair the tissue, when your worms and your Helicobacter pylori and all your bacteria drill holes into the gut, they have to fix that up or plug the holes. They have a ton to do. They have ongoing work. Now think about, you have too much work and not enough soldiers. That's pretty much the image that I would like to paint. And now you have a light fever and you produce huge amounts of new white blood cells. Would that help? You have all of a sudden tripled your army, quadrupled your army. Wow, so much more fighting power. Now I need to share with you one more factor, which is probably the most powerful of it all. And that's when you have a fever, you will see that all your white blood cells, all your pathogens, floating cancer stem cells, toxins, candida, everything will be flagged with heat shock proteins. And just to make that visual, those guys all of a sudden sprout green hair. They are visual for your new soldiers as the enemy. Everybody with green hair needs to be killed. So all cells that develop those heat shock proteins, which are cancer cells and pathogens, they are all of a sudden fair game, hunting season. So you have a lot more soldiers, plus you have a lot more energy for your immune system, plus you have the oxygen to kill and to do the respiratory and the oxidative burst. And you have your enemies flagged or tagged as the enemy. What else do you want? I found this combination so logical, so conclusive, so simple that it is understandable that this is the foundation of all treatments in Europe that you can have. All right? So let's look very short into what we talk in the next video. We realize that changing from thinking fever is a disease and it's scary and we need to prevent it to, oh, Marcus said it's okay, I can do it at home and let's have fever, is a massive change. And it requires a lot of bravery and it also requires a lot of conviction. I think I've given you enough reasons to do it, but it's still scary. I had the same problem. I was in the clinic first time and I looked at those other people in the dome and I thought, oh my God, I'm not going to do that. And once I had the treatment, it was fine. It was great. I felt so good afterwards that I decided then and there that I help people to overcome that fear. And this is pretty much the plan. Together with my team, I would like to come and show you how to do those treatments at home or in a community or in a group so that you can share them, create your community instead of isolation, connect with like-minded people, and secondary, to take you that complete fear. Plus show you a protocol which is not only based on treatments but on supplementation, how to do it right. combination treatments that improve results, checking for side effects, listening to that inner voice, that tells you what to do, going slowly and progressively into a therapy that you can't cause any harm, can't have any surprising effects that you didn't want. So that's what we will launch in our next video. It's actually the opening of our workshop tour, and you will find out where we go and yeah, the whole program. I'm really excited. This has been my lifelong dream, and now I'm ready to share it with you. We also share with you in the next video the big why. Every big mission, every drive has to have a why, and I would like to share you mine, so you're in for a big treat. I haven't done that too many, all right? See you in the next video, and I'm looking forward to a massive transformation for you to truly heal.